Is throat tension killing your gigs and hurting the albums that you are attempting to put out? Well, it's because there's a few key mistakes that you are making with the way that you are warming up your voice and the way that you are showing up on stage. Hey, my name's Isaiah Harris. I'm a vocal coach, and my average student starts singing higher, pain, strain, and tension-free in just as little as 2 weeks, and starts adding nearly a full octave to their vocal range in as little as 2 months. And in today's video, I'm going to show you some key, unique vocal warm-ups and exercises that are going to eliminate voice and throat tension for good. Okay, to nip this throat tension in the butt so you can really start singing higher, we first need to understand what causes it. So at the end of the day, tension in your throat, especially at the moments when you feel like you need your voice the most, it all really comes from when you have what's known as a disconnected voice. And essentially, a disconnected voice is to where the muscles of your head voice, mixed voice, and chest voice are just in a constant boxing match with each other. It's like you'll go to sing a note and be all like, "Oh, say, can you say?" No, sing low note, no, sing high note, low note, high note, low note, high note, low note, high note, low note, high note. And just this constant bickering and this constant fighting. And what this leads to as an even deeper issue is it keeps you from being self-aware of your voice, and it keeps you from being able to feel out your voice, because good singers, they're self-aware of their voice. In fact, you can't name a single person that's good at any skill that doesn't have a super high level of self-awareness. You know, top tennis players, they have a high level of self-awareness of what they're doing with the racket and what they're doing with that ball. Top basketball players, they have a high level of self-awareness of what they're doing with their hands and what they're doing with the basketball. Self-awareness is such a key and important thing in your singing. But when your voice is disconnected, where you don't have the mixed chest and head voice all on the same page, it makes it very hard to feel that self-awareness, and it's what leads to all the cracking and the tension, and it's just making things way harder than they need to be. So the way that I came to kind of understand this concept of connecting your voice was, back in my early days when I was first learning how to sing. So by just the phenomenal and amazing grace of God, when I was younger, I was blessed and privileged enough to have taken vocal training from Katy Perry's former vocal coach. It was a man by the name of Sean Morgan. And quick little side note, fun fact about Katy Perry. I remember when I was working with him, he would tell me that she was such a dedicated student that she would literally show up to every single lesson with an entire song written from beginning to end. Like such crazy, insane amounts worth of dedication. But, when I started working with him, he had really explained to me that, Isaiah, the biggest thing that separates top-notch celebrity level singers from just basic level singers is that they've really worked on finding and refining what's known as your golden spot so that they can achieve a deeply connected voice. And he explained to me that your golden spot, essentially what it is it's 7 notes unique to everybody, just like their fingerprint. So mines are different from yours are different from your mom, dad, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, you name it. But when you find what those 7 are unique to you, and you work on them and you refine them and you enhance them, they essentially become the teeny tiny domino that's going to knock down all the other bigger dominoes of your singing problems. And so he sat down with me and he helped me to find what are the core 7 notes unique to me of my golden spot. And literally all we did during, I want to say it was probably maybe the first 6 months worth of lessons that I had with him, the only thing we did was he taught me how to just do basic humming through the area of my golden spot, just regular plain run-of-the-mill humming. And as we started doing that, it's like I'd done humming before, but because I did it through my golden spot area to build this connection that he told me was so important, I noticed I started singing higher notes effortlessly, even though we didn't do any exercises to focus on high notes. I started having more meatiness and power in my voice, even though we didn't do any exercises to focus on having more meatiness and more power inside of the voice. And also too, I just noticed singing was a whole lot more freer, and I felt like I controlled my voice instead of my voice controlling me. So let's get into helping you to find your unique golden spot. Okay, so it's pretty simple. All we're really going to do is you're just going to pop out either a piano or just like search on Google, like piano, like virtual piano app, or, you know, on the app store, just like piano app, whatever it may be. And you're just going to start at any random note that you naturally feel comfortable with. We'll do, say, on a D here. And what's going to happen is you're going to go on a nice little, we're going to sing a la, a nice simple little la, and we're going to go one note at a time, higher and higher and higher and higher and higher in pitch on that la until we start to feel a break, a crack, a strain, or a shift inside of our voice. And I want to be very clear, for some people that break, crack, shift, strain, or whatever you feel is going to be extremely, extremely, extremely subtle. But pay very, very close attention to when you feel that, because that's going to be an indicator of where the center point of your golden spot is going to be. Okay, so start here on a nice simple little la. La, 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 and I'm intentionally messing up here to show, we'll say and pretend this is the area where I found my unique crack, break, or strain. If you're like, and sometimes it might not be super obvious or overtly cracky, but it might just be like a, you just feel it's very subtle, but like you'll feel, oh wow, my muscles just needed to ever so slightly shift for me to be able to find the exact pinpoint area where that is in my voice. And so once you found that, what we're now simply going to do is we're going to take that note that we found where we felt that crack, break, shift, or tension inside of our voice, and we're simply going to count down 7 notes, including the note we started on. So it's going to look something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what that puts us here is that the start of our golden spot is going to be at E. Now that we found the beginning of this amazing golden spot, we now need to find where this golden spot ends. And so to do that, we're going to go back to the note where we had the break, crack, shift, or strain in our voice. And we're now simply going to count up 7 notes. So it's going to look like this. And remember, once again, we're starting on that center note with the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this puts us at another E, which is the octave above the original E that we found. So this here is what is known as your golden spot range. So the significance of what we just helped you to find here is this. Hypothetically, if someone held a gun to your head and said, you got 24 hours to audition for America's Got Talent and win, otherwise I'm pulling the trigger. The absolute best use of your 24 hours to save your life is to work on all the notes in between this specific range. The thing is, I have had students that we help them to find their golden spot range, which is around here, And we just did some simple basic exercises in that golden spot range. And they would then go to sing a song that was, let's say, maybe was a little bit lower, something down here like, and they started singing the lower notes better. And then I have other students that they'll find their golden spot, you know, kind of in the center, like around here. And then they'd go off and they'd then go sing a song that had some higher notes in it, like up here. And they started singing the higher notes better as well. You know, the reason why that happens, it's because this golden spot is the teeny, 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 tiny domino that is gonna knock down all the other bigger dominoes of your singing problems. And it did so many wonders for me. And I was so shocked at just how effective this was. So now that we have found what this area is inside of our voices. And also, I do want to stress again, so everyone, it's going to be a different spot as you go up on the piano where you find that breaking point. But once you do, count down 7 and then count up 7, and that's where it is for you, okay? So, but now that we've found it, what we're now going to do is a couple of exercises to really help us to refine it and take this to the next level. So the first thing is we're going to do a quick and simple power hum in our golden spot range. So what this is going to look like is we're going to do a nice simple little, starting with the starting note. We are doing that until we are completely out of breath, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down that range on a nice, simple, little, basic hum. I know what you're probably thinking is, I've done humming before. This is basic stuff. This is simple stuff. But I bet you probably haven't done it through your golden spot range. And I thought the simplicity of it was foolishness. But it has made leaps and bounds in my voice and also in my students' voices. In fact, it took me from sounding like this. They told me you were before me, so now I need to know, is this a line that can save me, or say you will, then don't? Will you stay with me when nobody is around and this is real? Then tell me now. Sounding like this.
Even with our differences, there's a place where we're all connected. Each of us can find each other's love. Every breath I breathe, I sing a simple melody, but I pray they'll hear more than a song in me, in me.
And not only to mention that, this is what one of my students had to say just after doing basic humming through his golden spot. Nothing else. All we did was just hum through his golden spot range.
You would think it was a hoax if you didn't do it yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, how do you feel about this training in the program?
I'm thoroughly impressed. Like, I still can't believe the fact that I've just been humming over my golden range, and for me to see so much growth. Like, even what I sent you was so much better than what I would have been able to even do just a couple weeks ago.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, if you are liking this video and this whole concept of the golden spot and want to learn even more about how to use it in your voice, click the link below to check out my free training on the 3 biggest singing mistakes that every singer is making. It's going to show you not only just more about the golden spot, but how to use it to avoid the 3 biggest hurdles and pitfalls that get in the way of the gigs you perform, the albums you attempt to record, and the music career that you attempt to have. It has helped out so many singers to really take their voices to the next level, and I know it is going to help you so much. All right, so now that we've gotten the basics of this golden spot hum down, let's work on refining it just a little bit more so that we can squeeze even more juice out of it. So a few things that you'll notice I did the first time that I did that nice simple golden spot hum is I had a nice wide open smile, right? That's not just because I'm in a good mood. It actually helps the sound to travel better throughout your body. And the other thing that you'll notice that I did with this is as I did the hum, it was very smooth. There weren't any cracks or breaks or strains. It was a nice smooth. I didn't go. And I want to be clear. You absolutely will not your very first time doing this have it be break, crack, and strain free. But your goal is you want to focus on doing it just, nice and slowly and smoothly up that scale to the best of your ability to make it have the least amount of cracks, breaks, and strains as you are going through this motion. And like I mentioned, there's so many people that they make constant mistakes on this exercise when they're first learning it. But guess what? They still get results. Okay, so let's try it in a full rotation here with all those things we mentioned. Nice wide smile and smoothness until we are totally out of breath. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, man. And once again, you're doing this till you are exhausted out of breath. Because you'll notice towards the tail end of it, my smile turned into almost like a pouty face smirk. That was not a conscious decision. It was a chain reaction of the fact that I was running out of air because I was truly pushing my air to go as far as I could. I promise you, whatever you think is your limit on air, you can always go 5 to 10 seconds longer. Really, truly push yourself with this exercise because that is where so much of the growth and so much of the power inside of the exercise is truly coming from. And the reason why is because there's a lot of singing principles that correlate with fitness and workout principles, and us pushing until we're out of breath is the vocal equivalent of someone just giving it their all in the gym. To where, if you bench press 100 pounds as your normal, you want to push yourself and try to do, let's do 110 pounds this time. And then once you can get comfortable doing 110 pounds, you then bump it up to 120, 130, 140, 150. And every single time we're trying to push ourselves to go longer and longer and longer and longer and longer until we are completely out of air. Okay. Also, too, if you've been loving the content here, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you can stay up to date with all of the amazing killer singing content that we are going to keep pumping out. Okay, so another thing that we can do to this to truly even just take this to the next level is by adding a nice, simple little squat with our hum during the last 1 to 2 seconds that you feel of air that you got left in the tank. Essentially what this is doing is this is squeezing that last little itty bitty bit of toothpaste out of the tube of our voices so that the voice continues to grow even more. And what this is doing is it's helping further increase that domino effect that I talked about earlier of connecting the voice even more so that the tension just goes away on its own. The high notes just start coming out more powerfully all on their own. Okay, so it's going to look like so. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, as I did that squat, and I'm so out of breath. It's taking me a few seconds before I can even talk to you. Like, that is literally how out of breath that you want to be as you are doing this exercise. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. You want to be freaking exhausted with your air by the end of this. If you're only, I'm a little comfortable out of air, that's not enough. You truly need to be pushing your voice to its absolute limits, and you're going to see dramatic levels of growth from this exercise. Okay, let's do another one here. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Once again, we are pushing ourselves because if you don't go to your max with that air, it's like not going to your max in the gym. If I stay at 100 that I can bench press every single week and I never increase the weight, the muscles never grow. Trust me, push yourself harder than you know that you are capable of. There's so much more that you can do with this. Okay, so once again, be sure to check out the link in the description for that free training to go even deeper on this golden spot and show you exactly how to use it to overcome the 3 biggest mistakes that so many singers make. And also to be sure to check out this other video that I put out on a very effective vocal warm-up routine.